Hey guys, this is Matt Brunet, and welcome to Movie News Weekly, hosted by FilmBook. Now before we begin, let's take a look at what we got in this week's news, which includes TMNT got on top at a turtle pace, The Rock is about to go savage, when we'll be seeing that Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious sequel, the girls will be singing near Christmas, while looking for a new director in the meantime, Rogue One might need a bit of work before it comes out, who could be the next Captain Marvel, a new director is found faster than The Flash, the next clown who will be Tim Curry's heir, and there will be clothes. So with that said, let's get things started. So maybe they didn't come out of the shadows that well, but at least they still got on top. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows made it to first place at the weekend box office with about $35 million. This resulted in a rather disappointing start for the franchise, since the first one had an opening weekend of $65 million. Meanwhile, last week's top contender, X-Men Apocalypse, really went down when it landed in second by earning about $22 million, but still managed to make more than the other new film released this week, Me Before You, which began in third with about $18 million. However, things are starting to get even worse for Disney's latest flop, Alice Through the Looking Glass, where on its second weekend, it went all the way down to fourth with just $10 million. As for the third new movie released this week, Pop Star, Never Stop Never Stopping, it began very poorly in 8th place with about $4.6 million, behind older films like the Angry Birds movie with almost $10 million, Captain America Civil War with about $7.5 million, and Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising with about $4.7 million. The first superhero must get the true star treatment if he's coming to the big screen. Dwayne Johnson has confirmed that he will be playing Clark Doc Savage in the film adaptation of Man of Bronze, which is noted to be the first ever superhero that even predates Superman. He stated on Instagram, "Want to thank my bud director-writer Shane Black and his writing team Anthony Bagarozzi and Chuck Mondry for flying from LA and sitting with me and our producer on this Memorial Day weekend to chop up creative and break story on this very cool project." Johnson also stated that the biggest reason why he's excited for the project is because Doc Savage is a f***ing hilarious weirdo. Now we know for sure that the next Jolly Holiday with Mary might literally be a Jolly Holiday. Disney officially revealed that the title for the next Mary Poppins movie is Mary Poppins Returns. The plot of the movie will be about Jane and Michael all grown up, along with the latter's 3 kids during the Depression era in London, where they've been falling in hard times. So it's up to Mary Poppins, played by Emily Blunt, and a new character named Jack, played by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda, to rediscover the joy and wonder missing in their lives. Director Rob Marshall stated, "I am truly humbled and honored to be asked by Disney to bring P.L. Travers' further adventures to the screen. The iconic original film means so much to me personally, and I look forward to creating an original movie musical that can bring Mary Poppins and her message that childlike wonder can be found in even the most challenging of times to a whole new generation." Mary will soon be flying back in theaters on Christmas Day 2018. Okay, forget what I said previously regarding this, it's moving again. Universal has once again changed the release date of Pitch Perfect 3 from July 21st, 2017 to December 22nd of that year. Beforehand, the film would have been in competition with Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets, and Blue Sky's animated The Story of Ferdinand. Now that they changed the release dates, the movie will now be up against The $6 Billion Man and DreamWorks' sequel to The Croods. Filling in the space of Pitch Perfect 3's former July release date is Girl Trip. In other Pitch Perfect 3 news, maybe they need the extra time to find a new leader. Elizabeth Banks will no longer be the director of Pitch Perfect 3. The reason for her departure is due to her schedule and is said that she left in good terms. However, she will not be leaving the entire project, as she will remain as both the producer and the role of Gale. The next time Banks will be appearing on screen will be as the villain in the Power Rangers film, and the next time she will be directing will be for Sony's Charlie's Angels reboot and Universal's Red Queen. Well, this is a pretty sticky situation they're in. Rogue One, a Star Wars story directed by Garth Edwards, will be undergoing some reshoots and have no test screening by the orders of the executives at Disney after seeing the initial cut of it. However, it is also reported that the release date will not be affected by this. If you guys would like to feel better about this situation, this is not the first time that this happens to a Star Wars film, as The Force Awakens went through the exact same procedure. We'll see if the reshoots will be worth it when the film will be released on December 16th. Well, better to be too early than too late, I suppose. Marvel is now in early talks with Academy Award winner Brie Larson to play the role as Captain Marvel. Of course, this would be for the superhero standalone film, but considering that it has yet to find a director, the explanation for hiring the actress early for the part could be to introduce Captain Marvel in an earlier film like the formerly called The Avengers: Infinity War. Even without a director, they still have Kevin Feige as the producer of the upcoming film, and Nicole Perlman and Inside Out writer Meg LaFauve writing the script. In the weeks after Seth Grahame-Smith quit the project, another man stepped in to be in charge. Rick Famuyiwa, the same man that made the Sundance hit Dope, will be the new director of the DC film The Flash, starring Ezra Miller. Famuyiwa will be working with a script done by Grahame-Smith, which was previously done by Phil Lord and Chris Miller when they thought about being the directors. The Flash will be quickly arriving into theaters on March 16th, 2018.
Oh yes, this actor floats. He always floats.
Bill Skarsgard will be playing as the iconic Pennywise the Clown in New Line's reboot of Stephen King's It. Skarsgard will be joining a cast that includes Jaden Lieberher, Finn Wolfhard, Jack Dylan Grazer, Wyatt Oleff, Chosen Jacobs, and Jeremy Ray Taylor, and Mama Helmer, Anthony Muschietti, will be taking on the project as the director. New Line's plans for the novel is that it will split into two films, where the first will look into the main characters as teens, and the second will show them as adults years later. There's going to be a lot more milkshakes on this catwalk. Daniel Day-Lewis and director Paul Thomas Anderson could be reuniting from their Oscar-winning collaboration of There Will Be Blood on a new film. There have been no word on the name of this movie or the release date, but it was described as a drama set in the 1950s in the fashion industry in New York City. If the deal goes through, Day-Lewis will be returning to the big screen after he won his third Oscar for his performance as the 16th president in the 2012 Lincoln. Anderson is now working on a script for the film and is currently searching for young actresses with Eastern European blood to be a part of the supporting cast. And that's all I've got for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to head on down to film-book.com for all the latest movie and TV news, along with their columns on the box office and their theatrical release schedule. Also, you can follow them on whatever social media you'd like. And while you're at it, you can follow me on my YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter if you're more into stuff like animation, Disney, and my weird sense of humor. If you were watching this on YouTube, then hit that like button and come subscribe to us, and also leave a little comment on what you think on the news this week. If you were listening to this on a podcast on iTunes or any other podcast service, then don't forget to rate and review what you just heard. Tune in next time for another round of Movie News Weekly, and until next week, see you later, dudes!